Hello, What Culture Land. I hope this video finds you well, and can you believe it? We're only a few days away from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Where did the time go? The question as always though is, how did WWE handle the build up to Hell in a Cell, and what should be getting an up and what should be getting a down before we even get to the event? So that's what we're going to do. My name's Simon Miller. Let's up some Hell in a Cell downs. We'll start with all the ups because I like to be positive, and yes, I'm going to give everything that WWE has done with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens a massive up, because I think when all is said and done, it's been pretty damn fantastic. If you think how many weeks it's been going on for as well, this is one of those rare occasions where the company has actually given us a long-term storyline. I mean, think of all we've had. We've had fights, we've had scuffles, we've had blood, we've had Vince McMahon, we've had real headbutts, we've had it all. Given that Shane is allowed a lot more leeway with these things as well, you just know that Hell in a Cell match is going to be amazing, or at least really entertaining, as he does loads of crazy stuff, and it's what we're going to be chatting about when Monday rolls around. And that's another good thing too. It surely only helps KO as well, or at least we can keep our fingers crossed that it does. I mean, if he loses, then all this falls apart. But if he wins and he gets some momentum and he beats Shane McMahon, he should come out the other side a bigger star, and that's what we should be doing with people like Kevin Owens. So this has the potential to tick loads of boxes. Either way, it's been a highlight of SmackDown for weeks, and that, my friends, is a good thing. And it's the same for the tag team feud, because while that is now a little bit long in the tooth, it has kept delivering, and this should be their big blow-off match, so I'm excited, and it gets it up. It is a bit weird that the New Day versus the Usos is actually going to be inside the Hell in a Cell, because there is no reason for it to be in there aside from the fact that, you know, WWE's gone, these guys have fought a lot, we probably need to do something a little bit different, otherwise maybe the fans will notice we pushed this a bit too far. But it's not like it's going to be bad now, is it? Both these teams have tremendous chemistry, and just imagine what they're going to get up to when that door is closed. I mean, there is a slight worry that maybe they're told, look dudes, you can't do anything too insane because that's being saved for Shane, but still, you can still be creative, and even if they are held back, again, they're so talented, they'll make this work. This does need to be the end of it all, because we are going inside the cell. What are you going to do after that? Going to go back to regular matches? Of course you're not. But the best bit is, I don't care who wins. If the Usos win, if New Day win, both those teams are good enough to walk away and ensure those tag belts remain feeling important. This is a great match. This is a great feud. I am pumped for the Usos versus the New Day. I'm also kind of intrigued about the women's title as well. So that's getting it up. Now this certainly isn't stellar stuff, but we do have a well-defined heel, and we do have a well-defined babyface, and we have the wild card in the fact that maybe Carmella cashes in her Money in the Bank briefcase, and there's all your recipe needed for a good pro wrestling match. And if you've seen Charlotte and Natalya have a match before, you know they're really good together, so the quality here should be high as well. That's what I want from my pay-per-views. Good quality, awesome matches. I'd also like to see a hot potato situation here where, yes, Charlotte does beat Natalya, but then Carmella comes in, cashes in her briefcase, and then she wins the title, because then you've got a wonderful feud to just segue into when SmackDown comes around next week. That will make Carmella more of a heel, but better than that, it will make Charlotte more of a face. And right now she feels more of a face than ever, so whatever we can do to keep pushing that home, well, that's what we should do. Still, either way, it should be good, therefore it gets an up. Yeah. Rusev versus Orton is also going to get an up, just because I love Rusev. So it's a biased up, but it's an up all the same. I have enjoyed all the skits leading up to this though. I'm just really scared that Randy Orton will win. Randy Orton doesn't need to win here, whereas Rusev really needs to win. It's simple maths. I just can't see it happening though, and that's going to leave the Bulgarian brute in no man's land, because where the hell is he meant to go after this? However, we don't know. WWE can surprise us, so I'm erring on the side of caution, just keeping everything crossed that my man Rude comes out on top. Save Rusev. But that's it for the ups as we now transition into the downs, and the biggest of all the downs is this world title program that doesn't feel like a world title program at all. Down. But due to racist promos, Jinder not feeling like a champion, and Nakamura being made to say things like a dingus, this has just lost all the momentum in the world, and I don't even want to see the two have a match. I don't really blame the performers here either, because the material both have been given is terrible, and furthermore, the belt feels like an afterthought at this point. I wouldn't even blame you if you'd forgotten the WWE titles in the line, because it's just been pushed to the wayside. The end result will probably hurt Nakamura too, as he loses once again to Jinder, and then the Singh brothers will get involved, and that's how the match will end, and that's just going to be really boring because it's the same thing again and again. I'm even alright with this not going on last, because let's face it, it's not going to be able to top Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, so let's just accept that fact and get it out of the way with early. And the US title is in a similar position too, so that's getting a down. Damn it. But as we chatted about on this week's SmackDown ups and downs, all this scenario is going to do is hurt AJ Styles, and we shouldn't be hurting AJ Styles. He's AJ flipping Styles. If he wins though, all he did was beat Baron Corbin. As the last few weeks of WWE TV has told me, anyone can beat Baron Corbin. It's not that hard. So if then Baron Corbin just wins, I'm going to look at AJ Styles and go, you lost to Baron Corbin. So in short, it doesn't help AJ just one bit. I mean, if he does lose, and the reason he loses is because he's allowed to go back into the main event scene, then yes, down the line that will be okay, but this will still hurt him a little bit, and I don't like anything hurting Styles. Also, if Baron Corbin is going to win the US title, then we're going to have a rematch with AJ Styles, which means I have to go through this even more, and I'm happy for this just to be dead for the rest of my life. A very quick sneaky up though, for Baron Corbin's new theme with lyrics, that's the best WWE theme in years. It's an up. The downs continue though, as yes, we're also going to see Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, and it's not bad, it's just meh. Meh is always the worst. For starters, it's just far too formulaic. We have now arrived in a pattern where if you do get called up from NXT and you go on SmackDown, you got to go through Ziggler first. It's just the way of things. It's the rite of passage. Then you remember they're feuding over entrances, and it's just really hard to get invested. And again, I do like both guys, they're really talented, but there's nothing here. It feels thrown together, and you just know that Ziggler, of course, is going to lose. Still, if they do smash it on the night, then it will be good and I'll enjoy myself. But where the hell does Ziggler go after this? He's feuded with everyone. He's hit a roadblock. He's hit the end of the line. I'm going to give the Fashion Files segment a down as well, because WWE promised me that I would get that on SmackDown, and I didn't, and they moved it to the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, so while I know it's going to be great, that annoyed me. Don't tease me, WWE. Down. Also, apparently, we are going to get Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus the Hype Bros. Now, given that has come out of nowhere, that's getting a down too. Mostly because, come on guys, we need new teams and we need new challengers when the Uso and the New Day's feud comes to an end. So don't just throw these people in random matches. Build them up, for goodness sake. Build them up, make them feel important, so when they become #1 contenders, I can go, I understand why. Still, there is the potential for a few good highlights at Hell in a Cell, even though I think if we're looking at ratios, there's probably going to be a lot more crap than there is good. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's not judge. And let's remember, wrestling is meant to be really fun. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this. Like, share, and subscribe. Go on over to WhatCulture.com, read some articles. Follow What Culture on Twitter at What Culture WWE. My name is Simon Miller. This was a What Culture video focusing on the ups and downs pre-Hell in a Cell, and I'm going to see you next week.